Hello, hello everybody. Right, just getting you into place as gently as possible. Right, I'm going to just pull you up on the laptop because I can't use the iPad tonight. So let's see how we go with that. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, what we're going to do tonight is check out Just Resin's new resin, which is the diamond coat. And alright, that's ready. So we'll be able to see you. And alright. So apologies about trying to find a laptop space. If we go here and move over a bit this way. Normally I use the iPad so I can lean it up against the shelf, but I just want to make sure that there's no, that the laptop isn't in the way. Hey Mum, we'll see how this one goes, hey? And alright, there we go. So this is what they look like as per the picture. I'm going to put 2 sets of gloves on so that if I need to change gloves, if the outside gloves get very messy and sticky with the resin, I can swap them out and still have a clean pair of gloves underneath. So just try and get that done as quickly as I can for now. Good there. So yeah, absolutely really excited about this. I asked Just Resin what it was that made them try to create this one. And they wanted to do this one because they wanted to create a product that can be used in a majority of conditions and still give that amazing epoxy glass-like finish. And the benefit of the 1-to-1 ratio, you can see that there, for ease of measuring. So that is awesome. It has a really great air release. So it is stated that heat is not required to remove air bubbles. So that is amazing. That is a fantastic option for those who don't feel comfortable using the torch or the heat gun. However, if you use the torch or the heat gun to create specific effects, then that's not a problem. You can still do that. So there we go. Let's see what we can create with that one. Excuse me. Right. So with the ease of measuring, I'm going to use the cups. So I'm going to fill to that first line with A and that first line with B, and then combine them together. So I'll get straight onto that so that, hi Barry, hi Lynn, that we can get moving. Okay. So this one is part A. Looks pretty thick. We are almost at that line. There we go. Now this also has a little bit of an extended working time. So you can go up to 70 minutes using this resin at ideal temperature of, you know, around 25 degrees Celsius. So that is amazing, especially when you're doing a project that takes that little bit of extra time. So this here is part B, much more fluid and has that tinge of amber to it. So, yes, absolutely, Lynn, I agree. I think it's amazing. Just Resin are a Melbourne-based company, and I think it's fantastic to use Australian products and support their businesses. So, alright, so I'm just going to combine these two now. Alright. There we go. So I'm going to use Just Resin products as well, the pigment pastes, purely based on, I'm testing out a Just Resin new resin. Well, then I thought it would be ideal to use specific Just Resin pigment pastes. And the next time I do the video, I will use some other pigment pastes or powders that I have. And they're from Artisu or Res Expressions. So, you know, two other awesome Australian companies. So pop that out of the way. Grab my seat because there'll be a bit of mixing while I talk through some of this. All right. Okay, so I had a look at the colours and I thought with what we have on offer, what I have on offer to use, there's a lady, Debbie, and she does acrylic pouring, but she does this technique that she's put as Debbie's or Deb's kaleidoscope. And once we're finished, I'll go and find one of her videos and I'll link it in the description below. So I'm going to try that with resin. So, and I thought this is a great opportunity, testing out this new diamond coat. So, how's everybody's day been while I sit here and mix? How was your day? You want to make sure with all resins, no matter which brands they are or whether it's a 2-to-1 ratio, you want to make sure you're scraping the sides, scraping the bottom, and scraping off your stick that you're stirring with to make sure you get a really nice blend in there. And OT just popped in to say hi. That's amazing. Interesting. That's very interesting. Dull Lynn. Oh, that's no good. Unless your other days are really hectic and a dull day was a good thing. So, all right. So we're just about done with the combining these two. All right. Okay, so who in here does their own pouring, whether it's acrylic or whether it's resin? Let me know. Alright, so far the mixing has been a little bit of a strain on my hand. I think it was that part A because it's very thick, but it's blended in with the part B very nicely. So, right, we can see many bubbles inside there. Oh, try not to tip it out. Right. So this is a 13-inch round MDF board. It is about 6 millimeters thick and purchased at Kmart stores. Hi Yvonne. Yvonne, did I say that right? Is it Yvonne? Hi Monique. Generally about 3 minutes for mixing. So that's what we've got going. So colours I've chosen to create this effect. The aluminium from Just Resin. They're all Just Resin, so I won't keep saying that. Fuchsia. And blue sapphire. So, yes, awesome. Emerald green and rich gold. So I'm going to use those colours to create this. So 5, 5, yeah. Okay. Okay, I do have just experienced for the first time little floaty bubbles if you stir it, which you need to be really careful of. So just going to pour approximately even amounts into the cups. And although it seemed like there was a lot in this big cup, once you start spreading it out between the colours, you realise there wasn't really that much. It just looked like it was. Okay. So I checked my pastes earlier and they seemed fine. Sometimes due to the high pigmentation of these Just Resin pastes, they harden, but that everything looked good. And for some reason, some things have been moved. 1 second. Alright, everything's gone walkabout. Okay, I will find alternatives. One, two, three. There's 4. Oh, there's 5. Awesome. Sorry about that delay. I had a whole bunch of new sticks. The snow has stopped now. Wow. Okay. Where are you, Lynn? I'm in Queensland and we had a scorcher today. 40, when I did see it, it was 40 degrees. And so incredibly hot. Sorry, I think you're out of view for that. So here we go. This is the blue sapphire. So just a little bit on the stick and into the resin. And the fuchsia. So I'll try and match up the colour of the stick with the pigment. That's a gorgeous colour. So some on the stick, into the pot. Right. What about that? No. Massive dust storms in Sydney. Oh, wow. Hi Shelley, how you going? Okay. So this is aluminium. And pop that in there. Rich gold. That is stunning, isn't it? Okay. Move it there into that one. And that leaves us with, last but absolutely not least, emerald green. Melbourne, 18 today. Wow, that is low. Yeah, that blue is absolutely stunning, isn't it? I have a bit of delay on my laptop, so I'm going to refresh that just to make sure that I'm seeing what's coming up as I need to, and start stirring. So I love how these pigment pastes just blend in beautifully. So pop that off to the side as we go. This is blue sapphire. So I want to make sure that I'm scraping it off the stick as well on the sides of the cup, and then scraping the side of the cup with it. So that's gorgeous. Okay. There we go. Skip. Oh, Barry, I only reached 30 here today. That's crazy. There's dramatic changes in the weather. Everyone's experiencing all these different things. Mother Nature is a little bit confused, I'd say. Great winter up till yesterday. Here's the green. Beautiful. This is the aluminium. Alright, so I've tried to get this all mixed as quickly as I could. That looks stunning. Scrape the sides of the stick, scrape the sides of the cup, stir it in. Beautiful. And fuchsia. Okay. All right. Hi, Brady Patty. How you going? It has been, and I don't know whether that means our seasons are changing or whether we just are bound to expect absolutely any condition at any time. So there we have it. Colours are all mixed. Another icy day. Gosh. Alright, so even with the diamond coat just sitting there in the cup, it's already expressed a lot of the bubbles that went into it from the stirring, which is already a good sign. So I'm going to put a slight clear layer down. Clean off my glove before I rub it through there. Okay, so spread this about. I really look forward to how this comes together and to how the diamond coat leaves the finish. Really excited to see that. Especially with like the simplicity of the 1-to-1 ratio. And I don't mind using a heat gun or a torch, but I know some people who do, so I think that's absolutely fantastic that the option is there to choose this resin and not need to use those tools. So, right, there we go. Cover up my fingerprints and swap out my gloves. So, from here on in, it's pretty much just about pouring in some puddles and then having a bit of play with that. So, how are we going? Right. Hi Monique. The new resin, this is Just Resin's diamond coat. It's not available yet. It will be soon, I believe. So this is just a review. Like, see how it goes. Test out the product. Sharing that with all of you. So you've got the options with this resin that you have a longer working time in ideal conditions. So that's approximately 25 degrees Celsius. And I am heating it. I think part of that is habit. So I'm going to stop there. You do not need to heat this to expel the bubbles. It has a bubble expellerant in there. And what else? Yeah, it will cure. It cures in 12 hours. But the full cure will take 7 days. So that's always good to know. And if you make coasters or anything with this one, at this point, it's heat resistant up to 50 degrees Celsius, which is 122 Fahrenheit. That's based on a 3-week cure. So it could be higher than that, the heat rating. We're still waiting to see. So this is like doing a puddle pour, like with acrylic pouring, except we're using the resin. And looks like my little trivet underneath is not even. So I may just need to remove that. And just stick a couple of caps down underneath. That is just so that I've got somewhere to get my fingers underneath to move it around. So fingers crossed. The gold, we will do the fuchsia in there now. With these colours, you can see the kind of ring effects as you pour it in, and any little squiggles that it creates. Okay, this is the aluminium. So just continuing into the puddles. Now I'm going to repeat that with a smaller amount. So blue, this gorgeous blue sapphire. Okay. I'm going to the gold. Do they look like cupcakes? Okay. I'm going to turn this board around. Perhaps this particular section of the table is what's uneven. So we'll see if this starts drifting over this way. Then it will be, yeah. Gold, fuchsia. Although that's creeping closer and closer to that edge. Turning again. Alright. So I think just here we might do the aluminium and then give it a bit of a tilt around. Alright. I've lost connection with my laptop, so I can't see any comments right now. So with covering most of the board now, bring it back into the center a bit, and I will run the torch over it to warm it up a bit. Now, unfortunately, this is popping bubbles all at the same time. I just wanted to warm it up so that it moves with a little bit more ease. And right. So we'll come down off this edge and here. Okay. So I hope I haven't lost complete connection. I've lost my laptop. Trying to tilt this so you can see. And once I've gone around, I will double check that that is still there. Okay. I do believe there's one section to go. Alright. That was right there. Right, I see a little bit of a rainbowy pretty spot there. Alright, so let me see. Fingers crossed you're all still there and amazing. Okay. So we'll have a look here. Alright, so this leaves, I'm so pleased that you're still there because I can't see anything. I had to move the camera to see. Okay, I'm going to create some more circles. And just trying this. Get the internet back up and running there. Okay, so I'm in this large space here and possibly over here. I'm going to start creating, oh, look at that line, silly. Some more puddles. I'm going to go right in between those lines there. I'm going to maintain the same colour pattern as I have already. And okay, so I do deeply apologize. I cannot see any comments. I will duck through when I'm finished and have a look at questions, I want the fuchsia. And the aluminium. Not too big because I don't want it to spread too far now. So I'm thinking we need another one over here as well. So just to create that design that we're going for. Okay, I need to put that green in a clean spot because every time I drag it over, it's getting dirty again. Okay. Blue. Gold. Now this gold is stunning, and the aluminium as well, because when you can apply heat to it and it brings up the speckles of gold and the aluminium to the surface. It's absolutely amazing. But so far I'm finding, oh sorry, I missed that. This diamond coat is very smooth. Absolutely lovely so far. Because we can't really check the final result till we see how it goes. Oh, I got out of whack somewhere along the way there. That's okay, it happens. So the colours are slightly different. Okay, that looks beautiful there with the additions here. I'm not going to torch this anymore. So with that first bit, I torched it to heat it up to move it with a little bit more ease. It did expel some of the bubbles, as it does, but so now what I'm going to do is leave it around these ones, and I'm not going to torch. One, because I don't want them to move very much. It still looks like I'm struggling with a flat table. But to see how those bubbles expel themselves. So now it's time to have a bit of fun. Before I do that, I'm just going to check. I don't understand that, but let me just check in with you. If somebody could give me a hoy that you're all still there, I would very much appreciate that. So how are you liking the colours as well? Alright, hoy, cool, thank you. That is awesome. I hope you're enjoying it. I am very sorry for the technical difficulties. So I'll be back again with you shortly. I believe that is where you were. All right. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to use this palette knife. I'm going to use the handle, but you can use anything, a chopstick, whatever you've got, but something that's got a little bit of thickness to it. I'm going to have a look here, and I'm going to create lines as per Debbie's acrylic pour design for the kaleidoscope. Follow this line out like that. So it closes back in, but it's created that beautiful direction. So this one now, I'm going to head out this way. And this one I'm going to come around, but I'm not going to go completely off. I'm just going to lift it and see how that goes. Right. So from here, I'm going to bring the aluminium in from this very edge where it meets the fuchsia. It's going to say future. The edge of the future. We're on that right now. So, and then this one is going to head back out. Lift it up. And then this one back in. All right. So I'm thinking this one will continue the same. So we'll come out to approximately here where the aluminium and the fuchsia are. And in between that, bring it back in into, bring it back in. Oh, very nice. And I think if we go from this one, we can go all the way to that center. So if we go in, go. Oh man, I wish I could see your comments. I hope you're enjoying this or seeing something new out there. Out this way. So from here, I'm going to go back into that fuchsia and aluminium section again and bring it in. And here as well. Oop. It's one thing that you kind of try not to hesitate with. So here, God, they're gone out. So I'll do one that comes in from there. And then in from there. Whoop. So just a matter of spreading them around now, making them look beautiful and trying to do opposite. So one will go in, but the other will come out. And it means this one will go into the center. Oh, what do you think? That's very blobby. I wonder if there's something we can do with that afterwards. So I'll quickly jump in and try and get this bit done. I did drag that back. Never mind. Go to there. Resin is a lot stickier than acrylic pouring, so this is amazing. I can already see that some of these bubbles on the surface are popping, so that is amazing. And when I've finished with these, I will bring you down and see if we can capture some of those on camera. Okay. Right. In. Oh, that didn't quite make it all the way into the center. Here we go. Center. Center. All right. So absolutely we can do something in the center to make those a little prettier. But from here we will come out. Come out. Come out. We'll just add a few going down. and leave it there. I think I want that one to go all the way out now. All the way out. Alright. So there we have it. Something different that I wanted to try. Initially seen as an acrylic pour, but now we've tried it in resin. So, alright. Looking fantastic. I am so itching to grab the torch and torch it. I think that's an automatic reaction. So here we go. I'm going to take you out of the stand. So there will be a little bit of movement. Okay, that's good. Alright, so now if you've got any comments, hit me up with them because I can see while I'm holding the phone. And what I will do, looks great. Thank you, Lynn. So, oh, were you talking and forgetting to watch? So I'll just use this, my very best to pop a drizzle. Try and do a little bit smaller this time. So sorry for the shakes. And then I'll get you down and see if we can capture any of those bubbles popping on the surface. We'll do this section, but deliberately so that it drips off. Okay. All right. Top chat, live chat, yep. Thank you, Judy. Thanks, Brady Patty. I appreciate that. Now let's have a look. Can you see? I know normally I would be apologising for the lamp, the glare reflecting, but this time around I'm going to utilise that to show you, fingers crossed. Can you see the air bubbles? Alright, try and get back in focus. So these are the air bubbles that we will see. Oh, did you see that? It's quite amazing to watch. There we go. That is awesome. So these air bubbles are going to work their own way out while it sets up and cures. So, over here. Oh, sorry, we're having a conniption over. Let's spot a different section. So this is absolutely fantastic for those who aren't comfortable using a heat gun. So we'll see if these ones pop while we're here. And some to the left there. Yeah, if you're not comfortable, or one example I've come across is there's a lady who really loves to do acrylic pouring, but she has trouble using the torch because she hasn't got the pressure to put down. I get more bubbles in my beer. Fantastic. Maybe Just Resin can use that in their advertising. Who knows? Good one. I like that, Barry. So some more bubbles around there that they will express out as they go. But so far I enjoyed the diamond coat. It was very smooth. It was a little bit stiff to mix, but but everything else thus far looks fantastic. So let's have another shot from up here. There we go. I hope you enjoyed the kaleidoscope. Something a little different, and I think it's all moving. I have to get it to a level surface very quickly. And there we have it. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will come back tomorrow with a brief video to see how it has set up overnight, because it's 12-hour cure time. So I'll come back tomorrow and then we'll see how we went with the final finish. And thank you, Yvonne. Bye, Lynn. Yeah, they're great colours. Hey, Barry. My pleasure, Shelley. Thank you for coming along and watching. So, yes, Angela, I appreciate that. Thank you. So I will put the link to Debbie, who does the acrylic pouring kaleidoscope. And yeah, I'll leave you with it, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. You're welcome, Brady Patty. And take care, everyone. Thanks, Nancy. All right, be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.